I know you call them cheap chokers, but if I text the DeWitts and say, any way you could gas up the charter, they would allow me to use the charter?
Probably.
Yes.
Easier.
I'd say probably.
I would say yes, especially because you could say, hey, I helped bring you Lance Lynn. He's back. An ace. He's an ace, and he's back.
So I saw you did a YouTube. Well done. But I think your take
Hey.
is,
Charlie's like, yeah.
I think
Oh, let me tell you something. Right now, for the hot stove, I'm telling you, you need to do, every time the Cardinals do something, you should start your YouTube right now. You're going to miss out.
Film yourself
You're
when we're
literally,
talking.
if you start it in January, you're missing all the news and all the high ad rates.
Why don't you just put a little thing up here and just press play and then film us doing this and then post it on your YouTube?
Listen, I already have reached out to Yamamoto. I have the translator ready to go. That'll be my first YouTube. I think probably Lance. But I will say this. Your take was very reasonable, well thought out. People are going crazy. Like the haters, like I'll call them Coles. The Coles of the world are like cheap chokers. No one said this is the move. This is actually, if you stop and analyze it, and he's a guy. Now, they have to go out and get frontline guys, but if he's a piece for the end of your rotation, probably a pretty good fit, right? I mean, he had an awful year last year. He's going to be 37. Had a bad year, gave up a lot of homers. I know that, but he's going to give you innings if he's healthy, which he usually is. Year before, he was pretty good. He was also pretty good at the World Baseball Classic. Then things fell apart during the season, and all of a sudden he's like gopher prone. But he's a guy that can really. First of all, at Chicago, like I said, it was an outpost on the way to the final destination with Colonel Kurtz. An Apocalypse Now. It was so bad. It was so bad. When I was just sitting in the dugout, you could see, like, this is a team that's falling apart.
There were shootings at the stadium.
Well, so maybe the change of venue, changing someone's trajectory fits here. We'll see. But for, what, $11 million on a one-year deal with an option, probably smart.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And by the way, we always
Cole
talked
hates
about the Michael Wacha bucket. Lance Lynn is in the Michael Wacha bucket.
Cheaper.
I know his ERA was higher, but he also can throw 190 innings, which Michael Wacha can't. And eventually you have to fill innings. Miles Michaelis is the only guy that fills innings. Steven Matz doesn't. Lance Lynn does. And you have literally right now no one else. You just got rid of your depth with Dak and Jake Woodford. Who's going to fill up all the innings? Lance is one step towards that goal.
And you also think, too, motivation for a player, like he was awful last year, didn't like the circumstances. This seems like it's a perfect opportunity. And also, you get a guy, maybe call it the A.J. Przinsky angle, kind of a rusty nail to throw in the mix of a team that probably needs a rusty nail.
That part I agree with entirely.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's gonna. He MFs people after
Yes.
a strikeout. He yells the F word. It's fantastic.
Keep that locker
He's gonna
room
be
alive.
great for business. Yeah, this clubhouse needs someone like that.
100%.
You need an angry old guy.
Like, calm down, or get up, or this or that. They'll listen to him. He's scary looking,
Yeah,
too.
little carp in him. Little
Yeah.
carp in
He
him.
looks like Patty, dude.
Chris
No
Carp,
offense to
not
Patty.
Matt Carp.
Chris Carpenter.
Yeah.
Little bit. Ornery.
And he will also, like, if a player's not doing the right things, he will call him out.
Yeah, exactly. You need that, man. You do. He's got that little big Walt in him. Little big Walt in him. Yeah. Little bit of big Walt in him. Man, it is what it is.
He's almost like
I knew what you were saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
he's almost like the anti-Wayno.
Yeah.
And this isn't a shot at Wayno, but like Wayno's like happy, wholesome. We'll get him next time, guys. I'm not saying he's not a competitor because he's one of
course he is, yeah.
one of the all-time Cardinals. But in terms of calling out guys, throwing a little vinegar at people, that's Lance Lynn. Probably not Adam Wainwright.
I love it. I love it for every reason. I think he actually fits as the fifth starter guy. I love it for this show. It's just great for Cole. Cole's I want him to have the best year ever, not just because I want the Cardinals to do well, and I do like Lance, but I want Cole after every start.
Mm-hmm.
After every good start, we can sit here and we can just look at Cole and say, well,
Cole, but what if he does get lit up? Would you do the
yeah.
take him out to the pasture?
No, that's reserved for. I've already declared that's going to Miles Michaelis this year.
Oh, he's
Really?
already got it in his head, baby.
It's already been bestowed.
What about Matz? At least Michaelis is healthy. At least he pitched the whole year.
Gave you innings.
What did Matz do?
Not good innings. You're going to be out
No
there.
one
You might
gave
as well-
him good innings.
Fair.
Jordan Montgomery did.
Yes.
Cole. Oh, I love it, dude.
No, I think it's
It's always right, though. I am curious to see what you're going to be
Good
doing.
for media.
No, I think it's great for the Cardinals. Seriously. I think it's great. And look, the job's not done. You got one pitcher. You need two more.
There are.
So you may want to call Jaime Garcia and Joel Pinheiro. And you need bullpen help.
It's Joel. Okay?
Joel Pinheiro.
You're not from here, okay?
You need
Joel.
You need bullpen depth. So maybe call Mark
Kyle Loesch
Lipinski.
would have been a better callback.
Maybe call
Kyle
Octavio
Loesch.
Hotel.
Kyle
Love him.
Loesch would have been a better callback.
And if Helsley's not going to be your everyday closer, he doesn't want to go every day, then maybe Ryan Franklin can come in and help him out, or Trevor
Yes.
Rosenthal.
Why not Joe Kelly?
How about Jason
Why
Mott?
not? Why not Joe Kelly?
Joe Kelly.
Jason Mott.
And hey, if Mason Wynn, if you're not comfortable with starting him on opening day at shortstop, give David Eckstein a call, or maybe Jahani Peralta.
What about Khalil Green?
Khalil Green, who I didn't even know was white until I got here.
So you think it's a
Really?
bad signing?
Really?
Or are you looking at like Charlie and I? For me, it's great because it's fun. I need fun in the clubhouse, okay? Charlie, I think, looks at it the same way. This will give you someone to just fire shots at unless he's good.
Here's why. I don't think Lance Lynn would have been signed this offseason if he weren't previously a Cardinal. And
By the Cardinals?
Yes. I think he'd be signed by somebody, but I think the reason that he is currently a Cardinal is because he was previously a Cardinal.
Okay, let me
part of it.
Let me address it, maybe. But here's the thing. So I actually got a call from a reporter who's in another town, and I've seen some of this on social media. Hey, I thought the Cardinals didn't like Lynn. I thought Lynn disliked Mozeliak.
I thought that too.
Okay, well, so you're saying, Mo, I don't care if I don't like him. He's a Cardinal, so we're bringing him back. It kind of messes with your premise that the only reason they brought him back is because he once wore a Cardinal uniform.
Personally, I like Lance Lynn because he's a first-team All-American Wayno ball buster, and I consider myself a second-team All-American Wayno ball buster. So he and I are kindred spirits a little bit.
Spirit animal.
How do you know he's a Wayno buster? How do you know he is?
Because you've said so on the show.
All right.
By the way, though, I agree, but I also the thing about the boss is you don't always love your boss at work. Now, we do here with Dave Zobrist, but
Hold
my
on, let me
point
get
is
that
more
bell.
so.
1,000,000%.
My point is,
Come on, Dave.
I think if there's something there with Cardinals or execs, that doesn't mean you wouldn't work there, right? If you get a good deal, it's still a good deal. And the other thing is, I didn't know this, but he lives 90 minutes away, and you also have to have
Which
guys.
direction?
He's Southern Illinois. But you have to have guys who want to come here. You know, maybe one of the reasons Lance chose St. Louis is because he has familiarity here and he lives close by. So, like, if you get an advantage of a guy who wants to come here for any reason, you got to take it.
Secondly, it's one thing to make fun of the Cardinal way or chirp a little bit about the way things ended or say, well, you know, Lance marched to the beat of his own drum when he was here. It doesn't mean that you'd hate the organization or Mozeliak. It's all just talk. He's fine with it. Trust me. He's fine with coming back. Secondly, it's about an opportunity. You're going to be in the rotation with a team that Cole thinks is terrible, but a lot of people think has a chance to kind of get back on track and be competitive. If they make the right other moves, which still out there.
I just don't think 37-year-old pitchers find second wins in their career and find the fountain of youth. Last year was a horrible year from him. Will it be as bad as next year? Maybe not as bad, but I don't expect all of a sudden that he's going to steer this ship back on track at 37 years of age.
Well, I don't think he's going to be the guy steering. I think he's going to be the guy that's
Or anchoring.
helping. Yeah, I mean, they need a number one and probably a number two.
Analogy we make.
So to me,
Starboard side?
you get a guy at the end of the rotation on a one-year deal. So if it doesn't work out, it doesn't hamstring you at all. The upside is there. And what did your poll say about four? What was it?
It's pretty close. Let me check.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people. I mean, I'm not blind to a lot of people were killing this.
A lot of people were.
Yeah.
I saw mixed reactions.
Well, there's a lot of angst, and I think people were saying to me on comments, well, it's all about the timing. This seems reactionary to Nola staying with the Phillies. Do you really
What does
think
one have to do with the other?
That's my point. Do you really think the Cardinals don't have irons out with everyone? You don't think they're checking on the top end, the middle end, the back end? Really? oh my gosh, you think John Mozeliak got a call? Hey, Nola's staying. Oh my God, we got to sign Lance Lynn.
Yeah.
Come on, are you crazy, people?
Calm
And
down, Dodger fan.
Another thing.
No, that's dead on.
Time heals all wounds. These are pros.
And money.
But that's my point. Why do you think Lance probably wasn't too happy with the Cardinals 6-7 years ago? Because they didn't extend him. Remember, he was hurt the year before, then he came back. And look, the Cardinals probably made the wrong choice. I know he had a rough year there early with Yankees, Twins, but Lance Lynn's been pretty damn good. Of course Lance Lynn is going to be pissed when you pay other people and you let him walk. How many years ago was that? 5-6 years ago?
Yeah.
Time heals all wounds. This is a business. He gets it.
And if you look at it, remember they did that with Suppan, Kyle Osh, guys that had okay numbers and they let walk because they figured we probably got the best of them, not worth the investment. Now you get this guy back at the tail end on a 1-year deal. I don't think there's much risk associated with that. And so let's see how it plays out. And if you think that, as Charlie laid out, that they thought they were getting Nola, even though everyone knew he was re-signing with Philly, and so this is their plan B, and they're done. It's good for Twitter, and you get some clicks that way. By the way, I just tweeted out a picture of Lance Lynn next to a Christmas tree and put out "Merry Christmas." It got a lot of response. It tells you that Cardinal fans are so locked in on this stuff, which makes it great.
Yeah.
It makes it great. It is a baseball town and a hockey town and soccer too.
And apparently a football.
And Battlehawks.
And a football.
Oh,
town.
hello. Not gonna
But I mean,
women's hockey.
what the Cardinals do matters.
Well, yeah.
in a Mizzou football town lately.
But no one's ever disputed that. We were talking about the middle of the season when the Cardinals were terrible. Everybody knew this was going to be the most fun offseason in 25 years. It's going to be awesome. People are going nuts about Lance Lynn. Imagine what happens if they actually do sign literally anyone else. Sonny Gray, Snell, Montgomery coming back, any type of trade. They're probably going to make one big trade also, which is going to be super interesting.
I would be very pleased if Jordan Montgomery came back.
Me too.
Oh, well,
He's a winner.
I guess not pleased. I'm a Pirates fan, but point being, I think highly of Jordan Montgomery.
Now, you know what my job is right now? We'll let him have his physical because Lance did say he would have come on this morning. He didn't want to do anything. He did verbally attack me on a text. But he said he would have come on, but he wants to do the physical and do the right thing first and make sure it all goes through. But my job is to see if I can get him to be our regular to replace Kiz.
Hell yeah.
That would be fun, unless his ERA was 12 after 3 starts.
Yeah.
By the way, the poll, I just threw it out there. Lance Lynn's 2024 ERA for the STL Cards will be. I just chose a number that I thought was fair. I said above 4.5 or below 4.5. Almost 2,000 votes. 58% of people think it'll be below 4.5. If that's true, if you spend $10 or $11 million and he eats innings to a 4.5-ish ERA and strikes some guys out, that is a very fair deal for both sides.
What if he wins the Cy Young?
Then it's a really good deal.
All right.
We got kids coming on, by the way, at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this, Cole, because I want to check if you know the context of this signing. What does Lance Lynn throw?
As far as pitches, he throws home runs. I know that.
Oh, my
Oh, are you going to say that?
Paul, I love
Are you going to say that when he's on tomorrow?
God.
Lance Lynn's coming on the Let's
Well,
do
no,
it.
he's not.
He won't
play that?
He won't be on tomorrow because I
Will
ain't
you
here.
play?
I ain't playing that game.
Will you play that clip?
I will cut
Will you
it
say,
up.
Lance? I said this yesterday about you.
I
What are your thoughts?
I'll create an open for the debut Lance Lynn segment, and I will put that in the open.
Can we call it Dancing with Lance?
Let's
And you
get
know-
him
and you-
first.
And you know what the funny part is? I have to call Lance Lynn, get him on, and then play his intro and him hear my voice. That'll be hilarious.
What does he throw?
Home runs.
4-seam fastballs, 2-seam fastballs. Is that what you're talking about? Or
Fastballs. Just fastballs. Just fastballs.
Those heat, baby.
He's done it a long time,
Those heat.
and he's great in the room.
Oh, that's funny, man.
And in the beginning, no one knew how to take him. Wherever he goes, no one knows how to talk to him, and everyone's kind of scared until you realize he's having fun, and it's just a shtick.
And we
Like
can
Lackey.
bring back maybe the greatest spring training story ever was when Lance Lynn showed up 40 pounds lighter, unrecognizable, did not even look like the same human being. And then everybody, I remember all the execs and Matheny, this is great for his health. And it's not just about baseball. It's about his long-term, fitness and all that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they care.
Yeah.
And then he threw 8 miles an hour slower. He's like, no, I'm going to put all this weight right back on. We're doing stories on, now he bakes his chicken wings. Oh, he eats baked chicken wings. He looked like a totally different person.
Like Matt
You should
Adams?
see this video. I actually reposted it on YouTube a couple years ago because I was like, I got to find this video because I want to see what he looked like. It was amazing.
And that's when he turned his back on the Cardinal way. Because they told him, you have to slim down. And he's
like this.
I don't know if that's going to work. And so he did what they asked. He slimmed down. He was awful. And then they were like, go eat a pizza. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that I think was great, and it's from the other show. Sorry, but we're all entwined. But Lance Lynn told me, because we had the picnic table at spring training, it was iconic. And he said he was going to burn the picnic table with jet fuel.
Look, I love a renegade, so I like that he has that personality. I just, again, it's
Listen, you're a perfectionist. You live your life by those rules. And you expect greatness from yourself and preparation from yourself, just like you demand it of other people.
Exactly.
Are you being serious?
No, because I want you to come in a few minutes earlier.
I was here for 13 hours yesterday, preparing for next week.
How about that?
13 hours.
13 hours.
Yeah, I was working on imaging for new segment ideas.
He can also prepare at home.
Not that I can't.
Cole,
But I'm saying you could be
I think
researching.
you're terrific. You know that.
Thank you.
Cole is bucking for the Skip Bayless wannabe.
No.
Timmy Van Gelder.
Skip Bayless says things that he doesn't even believe.
I think you do too.
Which
Because they're
part?
fun. I think they're fun.
Well, he does give up homers. That's fair to say.
A lot
I
of them.
said he threw homers.
A lot
That
of
wasn't
them.
a.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Those heaters got taken deep 44 times last season. He's never been stronger, Wombat.
He also had one bad year. Now, if you go back to, I think it was the Twins for that half a season, wasn't great. But if we're going by ERA, his career ERA is 3.74 or 5, I believe. Strikes out guys, logs innings, and for a fifth starter, if he can throw to a 4.5 ERA and just make 30 starts, that's a really solid deal.
I'll bet he does better than that.
Well, I hope so, but I'm just saying, I think if his ERA is 3.9 to 4.5 and he throws 31 starts and he pitches 180 innings, that's a hell of a deal for $10 million.
I agree. The year before, I think he had a sub-4 ERA, but didn't have as many innings logged as he would normally have. But I think the upside is you're going to get a Lance Lynn with something to prove, knowing that this could be the last go-round. And if he's healthy, he's going to give you a lot of innings, which is something you need. And it's really a low-risk deal.
It's all good.
I think it fits.
The pitch clock probably really messed with Lynn. He's always been a slow pitcher, Brian from Edwardsville.
Could be.
Could be.
13 hours, but too busy to write more than one sentence for the show notes. Lemming Winks. Ooh.
I don't even write that. I copy and paste from a
already
service we
chirping.
subscribe to.
How do they know that, though?
Because Cam says it.
Oh.
What?
Did you say he only has one sentence for the show notes?
I don't remember saying that. Maybe
I see
did.
several paragraphs.
Maybe because he chirped me for not doing it, saying, like, breaking down stuff, I think, because of my notes, and I kind of looked
He probably fired back at me with
Well,
that.
That's
clearly
what it
this
was.
is
That was the
directly from
rebuttal.
probably from the AP copy and pasted, but still, it's fine.
you know.
Not the AP, but
Well,
yes.
like, here, I'll give you
Which
an
was it?
24/7 something
Reuters?
or other.
Let me give you an example. He's got five or six things, and one of them's Blues get ready for Coyotes.
Well, yeah, let's
tomorrow night.
Let's talk about it.
Tomorrow night. Breaking down the Coyotes
So
for
here's the
tomorrow
thing.
night.
I've been doing this a long time. Producers always get mad when you don't look at their show notes. Always. And because of the nature of the show that I've been with here and at the other place, a lot of times we don't look at the show notes. So they get mad, and sometimes they shorten it. But I get it. If you go through the trouble of doing it, we should probably look at your show notes.
I look at them. I look at
I
them.
mean, I just put like the
mean,
top
yours-
5 or 6 stories, and 3 of them are just like, hey, Mizzou won
I
last
get it,
night.
but I mean,
So-
other producers there'd be a few pages in there. And
but I know that you guys aren't going to use them, so I ought to give you a
how do
No,
you
hold
know
on,
what
guys.
how
Hold
do you
on.
know?
Wait, everybody listening. Hold on. Breaking news. The Broncos, Kareem Jackson, suspended for 4 games. Wait,
Break
there's
it
more.
down.
Hold on.
That was crap.
Hold on.
That
Jets.
suspension was
Wait.
crap.
Wait. This is ESPN now. We're going to cover the Jets. for the next hour. The Jets will start Tim Boyle at quarterback. Let me clear my throat.
Let me clear my
Tim Boyle. I don't even know who this guy is.
No idea.
That's why Cole wants us to talk about it. Or, in other words,
No.
it's hamburger helper for your show notes.
Yeah, it's just I filled up the page just if everything goes south, I got to have something there just in case the texts run dry.
Yes. And you know what? That's why you do it. That's perfect. Don't ever take offense to it. But if we're flowing, we're flowing. But if we're not, then we say, hey, what are your thoughts on Tim Boyle?
And then I say, hey, it was Aaron Rodgers' backup forever, and I can't believe he's still in the league. Blah, blah, blah.
Never even heard of the guy.
There you go.
So let's say it plays
Welcome to
out.
radio.
Let's say it plays out where Lynn is your fifth starter. Are you saying either Matz or Michaelis are 3 or 4? Yikes, the Wombat.
Yes.
I think they'll fall in. I'm not going to say who's going to be better, but I think those guys will be 3, 4, 5 in some order.
Lance Lynn is who I pictured
What?
Pizza Wallet to look like.
That's just quite the trio.
Okay, but is it wrong?
No.
By the way, in saying this, I wish the Cardinals had Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, Jacob DeGrom,
Cheap choker.
Zach Gallen, and Sandy Alcantara. They don't. Okay, Steven Matz is going to be a starter.
Yep.
I know you may not like that. Miles Michaelis is going to be a starter. So can we live in the world where we know they're going to be the starters and we can at least talk about it that way?
Yes.
All right. That's all I'm saying.
Ding, ding, ding.
I didn't put the team together.
No.
I'm just, we're all now
Trivia
evaluating the team.
Charlie, why did you put the team together that way?
Don't be mad at me if I say Steven Matz and Lance Lynn are a 4th or 5th starter. Oh, they're 8th starters. That should be an 8th starter.
Cole, did you say, oh, shoot, we have trivia today?
Yeah, I got 9
So
questions. to come up with.
13 hours yesterday to work on show notes
I was
for next week?
I was thinking
and you don't
all
wanna
of
do-
next week.
I mean,
You were just patting yourself on the back,
what are we
weren't
doing?
you?
I can come up with
Worry
9
about
questions
today.
by 9:30.
Worry about today.
Here's the problem, though. He took 10 hours to work on a beautiful show open for the Kisner interviews right before Kisner got non-tendered. So all that work now is wasted.
No, I'm
You
just,
know what? I think he's putting together sounders for the Cole show.
Oh, his dream job.
Yeah.
Cover 2.
His dream job.
Nope. A
cover
new
1
thing.
at 7 a.m.
The Cole
The
show.
Cole show.
With
Cover
Cole.
1 with
we-
Cole.
I go, that's his dream job. Sit right here and talks to nobody.
And by the way,
We'll take your calls, guys. Get him in. Text line.
Hockey Bob, you're on the air.
with the Joe Kelly thing,
Randy.
I know people kill me because
Hey,
you
no,
want
man.
all your old buddies back. I think Joe Kelly makes sense for them on a 1-year deal, low risk also. And another guy who you could say is past his prime, maybe he is. They need another guy who can throw big innings in key situations, just in case Helsley doesn't work out or whatever. I don't think they're going to go out and get a top flight and spend a ton of money on a top flight closer with Helsley sitting there. So I think Kelly's a good option. Kelly says they're too scared to offer him a contract. That's what he told me. I said, they're getting the band back together. What's going on? He said they're too scared. That's his way of saying cheap chokers.
You hear that, Mo? Joe Kelly's saying you're scared.
I want
To
Trevor.
sign him.
I want Trevor Bauer.
Yeah. Bring him.
Seriously.
Bring him. Fine.
Seriously.
That's fine.
Get him.
Yeah.
Roll the dice.
I'm with you. I mean, he's pretty good.
Roll
I
the
know the
dice.
off the field stuff, but he had a damn good season.
I still don't know if there are charges out there pending or they're See, that's what teams are going to look at. They're
Yeah.
going to say, okay, this isn't ideal because of the accusations, but he has a right to pitch. We're going to give him a right to pitch, but let's just make sure that after a second or third start, we're not going to deal with some of the same stuff.
But wouldn't that have happened in Japan?
Everroot dog supplements can help keep your dog feeling their best every day. Ever playful. Ever curious. Ever thriving. Visit everroot.com to learn about supplements that can help with your dog's unique needs, from multi-benefit to skin and coat to hip and joint, because every dog deserves to feel their best. Everroot dog supplements, powered by Purina.
I don't know. I'd rather if I had a suit to file, I'd rather wait till he's making more money stateside.
But he's allowed to pitch. That was the difference. Back when he was with the Dodgers,
Yeah.
whatever MLB did, and we'll look up the exact semantics of it, but he was suspended and then I think he got pay at first, and then it was without pay, and I believe it was a 2-year suspension, and then the third-party arbitrator ruled on his behalf. I still think he missed about a year and a half.
Yeah, my point is, if there's more stuff out there, I get it.
Well, there's a lot of stuff out there.
No, I mean stuff that could derail his season that you're going to have to deal with. That I guarantee that's what teams would have to look into.
Do you still have to pay him?
I would not worry about that personally. I'm not saying I know what happened. I'm saying this is now 2+ years into these allegations, and he already got a job pitching in Japan, and I think he will get a job pitching in Major League Baseball. So you can sign him, or you can lose to him when he beats you.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
That's just the business.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying unless there's more to come, I don't know enough about it.
I don't either, but I don't think. I mean, 2 years in, that's a long time. There's been multiple allegations. They're going through court. I mean, Deshaun Watson did this. I mean, not exactly the same, but he sat out for about 2 years, and now he's playing, although now he's hurt, and he ruined my fantasy team.
Yeah.
But that's a different story.
He still got his money, didn't he? All his money?
He got a lot.
$200?
I think he had to pay off. Oh, no, his contract was insane. He had to pay off some settlements.
Yeah.
But for the NFL, he got that money. They even structured his contract so that, like, when he was suspended, it wouldn't hurt him as much.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. There's a rich history of guys doing rough things and then suddenly back playing again. Like Ozuna was on video.
I know.
And then he got a DUI. So I'm not being prude or anything like that. I'm saying if there's more, first of all, you have to look out for the organization. Now, can he pitch? I think he can. But is more stuff going to be coming out of the woodwork that we're going to have to deal with that could stop him in his tracks, or at least kind of we have to fight through this the whole season?
Yeah, and it's
then
a distraction.
Then you weigh it.
It's a distraction and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Ozuna was on video choking his girl out.
I remember seeing it.
And then when did he play again? Because Milan Lucic is going through the same thing in Boston.
He was suspended for a while, and then I think the wife dropped the charges or whatever.
Oh, really?
And then there was another incident. He was out for a while, but he came back and had a monster season.
Hold on a second. Oh, Sharon chimes in. Let's see here. Morning, boys. Cole is 100% right. 90% of the reason Lynn was signed is because he was a Cardinal in the past. It's obvious that the DeWallet's business plan isn't based on actually putting together a contending team. It's now all about nostalgic marketing and how many promos they can come up with featuring anything to do with 2011. A torty, stuffy giveaway is already planned. They're just trying to figure out which Chinese sweatshop will give them the best price to make these cheap toys. The sad thing is, plenty of idiots and the best fans in baseball will happily march down there and waste their money. They should. Why should they change when it's successful? So dumb.
Hold on a second.
Who is that?
Except for 2024 Cardinals ticket packs are on sale now and start as low as $55. Choose from 5-game or 10-game packs, all focused around high-demand games and top promotional items like the bobblehead pack, weekend pack, opening day pack, and more. For complete details, visit cardinals.com/packs. By the way, Sharon, you know I love you. There are 30 teams out there. These free agents can choose. Okay, St. Louis is not a big market. I love St. Louis. I live here. Are we the greatest city in the world? Okay.
Yes!
I mean, sure.
Except for the Polar Express.
Ask Andy Banker.
Except for, we'll get to that, and also the Polar Express. But my point is, people have to want to come here. If Lance Lynn wants to come here because he used to pitch here, or he lives 90 minutes away, you take that. That's a gift. Other guys won't want to come here. Some of them. Aaron Nola wanted to stay. Blake Snell might want to pitch somewhere else. Jordan Montgomery might want to stay in Texas where he gets paid and they win a World Series and he likes Mike Maddox. If somebody wants to come to the Cardinals, don't complain about it.
Exactly.
Any reason. If they have an aunt, if their aunt lives in Chesterfield, they want to come here. That's great.
Yes.
Like Cole. That's why he's here.
Sunset Hills.
Two ants.
It's out of the question that the Cardinals could be competitive this year. Out of the question. And you know what? Everyone knew it last year before the season that they were going to be terrible.
Predicted it.
Everyone knew it.
Would it be a successful offseason if the Cardinals brought in 4 pitchers? Okay, Lance Lynn, we know.
They need like 7. Now. They do.
Well, 4 and then just crap guys, just hope they work. But
define crap guys.
I don't know.
Give me some names.
Well, let's see what he says.
I think crap. You're talking about like you're considering like Dakota Hudson and Jake Woodford crap
Yeah.
in this analogy.
Context.
I get it. I get
Okay.
it.
Let's say, all right, 4 pitchers they bring in: Lance Lynn, Sonny Gray, Michael Wacha, and Joe Kelly. Is that a successful offseason?
Well, first of all, Kelly's like a
We got
add-on
3 former
bullpen.
Cardinals.
Say it one more time. Kelly, Waka, Gray.
Kelly in the bullpen, and then Lynn, Wacha, Gray.
Shouldn't be Waka. Now that you sign Lynn, you shouldn't sign Waka.
I agree because they're similar.
Correct. And
They're similar.
Waka does not throw a lot of innings. The
But
Waka
you're
bucket-
going for the Cardinal angle,
Yes.
right? Okay.
I'm just getting a temperature
I will,
in the room.
I will
here.
agree with Charlie. Like I thought Waka would be a piece for the end of the rotation. He's going to give you good innings, but probably not enough. So you put him in. No, I want Sonny Gray would be fine. I want another kind of frontline guy.
Get him in, by the way, at the Audio Exchange in Kirkwood text line, 855-282-8255, blowing up. We paid our 5th starter $17 million last year to have the worst ERA, play the guitar, and talk on a damn burger phone. So paying Lynn $10 million sounds like an upgrade over a honky-tonk man. Bring on the big chicken wing phone,
I'm
pizza
playing
law.
that. I'll play that.
Yes.
It's my boy right there.
And he's 100% right.
It's my boy right
He's
there.
100% right.
I cannot believe that never even occurred to me to play Honky Tonk Man the morning after that every time that Waino pitched. That is my fault. I
Yeah.
should have had that. That is a
Should've
great
figured it
reference.
out. Should have figured that out. Let's see here. Milestones for Lynn this year: 2,000 strikeouts, 2,000 innings, 150 wins. Are we having a Lynn-a-palooza? Fernando Lucchesi.
How many wins do you have right now? About 135? That might be a tall ask.
Oh,
I know
my
he's
God.
very close.
Now,
Hold on.
Now we're counting down to 150 next year.
Hey, bobbleheads, baby.
Oh my God, that's right.
Bobbleheads, baby.
Oh, they know what they're doing.
Oh my!
Just so you know, when Lance Lynn was here, they never put out a Lance Lynn jersey in the team store. If they did, it was at the very end of his tenure. They put out Lance Lynn jerseys for sale. So don't act like this is a guy that the Cardinals were like, we're getting Lance Lynn back. The only reason they got him is it's a premise that is conflicted unto itself.
But wait,
they
why?
didn't love Lance Lynn.
Why not? He was an all-star.
They didn't love Lance Lynn. They brought him back because he fit a piece that they think they need. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they hate him so they wouldn't bring him back. But if you're going to bring back guys, I don't think the DeWitts are like, let's bring back the legacy guy. It's not Lance. Plus, he's so far removed. Now, if you say bench coach Daniel Descalso, I'll ring the bell for you.
What's his
That's
personality
a legacy guy. He's a good dude. He's very much like a Skip Schumacher, John Jay. He was part of that whole group, Memphis Mafia, and so that's a legacy guy. But he's also, he hooked on with the I think the Diamondbacks. He's got experience. Everybody thinks he's a great dude, and I know they're thrilled to have him. The Joe McEwing thing going to, it's kind of odd. Like all of a sudden Joe is an advisor to John Mozeliak, but people love Daniel Descalso. I think there are some similarities with who he is with Skip Schumacher.
Sharon is right, and you all know it. Spartan 4-4. Go off, Queen. Sharon nailed it. Wombat.
I don't think she did, though. And I love Sharon. People have to want to come here. It doesn't matter if you're a number 1 starter or a 5th starter. All these teams need pitching. Michael Wacha, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to come here again. There are other guys. They may not want to come here. They may want to pitch on the East Coast or the West Coast, or their family lives here, or they like to do spring training in either Florida or Arizona. All these things go into how these folks make a decision. You're competing not just, 30 teams, but if you need pitching, you're probably competing with about half the teams, or at least 12 teams that are wanting guys, whether it's the 5th starter or the 1st starter. Any reason that a guy wants to come with the Cardinals, you can't complain about that, because the Cardinals will lose people because they don't want to come here, right? Giancarlo Stanton, for whatever reason, didn't want to come here.
Why, you think? They got the Polar
Because
Express
he's a
downtown.
young, single dude, and he didn't want to go on the Polar Express and look at a bunch of dead bodies.
Trash?
Didn't we have Matt Holliday talking about this yesterday, this very thing? Like, St. Louis would appeal probably to the guy who's
The family man.
married and all that stuff. Like, and Wacha would pitch here. I'm not saying a lot of things enter into it. Like, what your opportunity is, how much money you'll get. And I know for a fact Waka thought he was staying where he was. The fact that they didn't pick up his option was a surprise to him. But I can tell you this because I've talked to him this past season. He enjoyed his experience in St. Louis.
Why didn't you broker a deal?
I guarantee that if the offer was in line with other offers, or he put it this way, he would not turn down an offer because it's St. Louis and Cole thinks players hate it.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm saying
Charlie thinks players hate it, not me.
no, younger players, if you could choose where you're going as a young player, you're probably not choosing St. Louis, Missouri. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for admitting facts.
I agree
I'm going
with
to
that.
San Diego.
Yes,
Didn't
Miami.
I just agree with that? Didn't Holiday say that? Younger players, you want to go in the bigger market with a huge nightlife and try to enjoy, to the utmost being a young superstar. But there are other guys that are maybe more settled. This would be a great place for them to settle.
But my point on Waka.
So I agree with you.
Yeah, I wasn't disagreeing with you. I think we all know St. Louis isn't the most fun city in the world. This isn't breaking news.
on!
It's not breaking news that we're not New York City or Chicago or L.A. here.
It was a pellet gun.
It was
a
a
real
pellet gun. Here's what I'm saying.
He's fine.
At the end of the day, though, I'm sure Michael Waka would come back and pitch here. But at the end of the day, it's going to be 1 to 2 to 3 strong offers. Michael Waka, maybe he wants to go pitch back close to home with the Astros or the Rangers. I don't know, but I'm saying there's a lot of factors. If you come down and it's a good offer between the Cardinals and the Astros or some other team, and you're like, okay, well, that's close to home, that's more money, that's an option. Like you have different offers out there, and you got to choose one.
Kim, if I recall, you were a professional athlete, and you're part of the Blues alumni, which is huge. A lot of former NHL players choose to live in St. Louis
When they're 40.
because they're settled.
And they are from Saskatchewan.
I knew that was coming. I knew that you were
Well, why
gonna say.
St. Louis? A lot of them played for other cities. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Lowe's could be in Chicago.
I'm just
He
saying,
played 2 games there.
I agree. If you're a young player, you're Stanton. Chances of you picking St. Louis are not great. I get
go!
it. But by the same token, I think the folks that are more settled, this would be a good place for them to pitch.
Steelers just fired Matt Canada. I'm in a great mood. This is a great show.
Wow.
Canada.
Oh, that's been a complaint.
Where's he from?
America.
Really? Interesting.
It's
Anyway.
funny how you fire the offensive coordinator like the Bills did, and all of a sudden your offense is good again.
And you win.
Yeah.
When you play the Jets.
I mean, it was night and day.
Yeah. Didn't our oldest Chapman get suspended for choking his wife and shooting off 8 rounds in his garage during an argument? Angry old guy.
I think that prevented him from being a Dodger at one point in time. I think he was
Is that frowned upon?
supposed to get traded to the Dodgers, and then that trade fell through because of that.
Yeah, what everybody did, same with Roberto Ozuna that offseason. Everybody's like, you know what? We're not going to sign Aroldis Chapman for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
We'll wait until we actually get what I call the domestic violence discount. We'll wait till the following year when we get him on a cheaper price.
Yeah.
That's what everybody did.
When he found Jesus.
Yes, get out of here.
Yeah, dude. I hear you. I hear you on that. Gio Fallon, what's up, buddy? Missed you the other day. Guys, tell me what you think about this trade proposal. I'm going to screw these names up, but it's all good. We send the White Sox Edmund O'Neill, Moses Gomez, Thomas Moses Gomez, Thomas Agassi, and Michael McGreevy for Dylan Cease and Louis Robert.
Ooh,
Thoughts?
Are you a buyer?
that's a lot.
A lot
I mean,
going the other
Robert's
way.
awesome. Cease is awesome.
I think you're
Tyler
a little
O'Neill.
light in the price.
The light in the ass. Tyler O'Neill, get on with it.
Charlie, if Toledo Sports Talk offered you the headlining spot at twice the pay, would you go? Timmy Van Gelder wants to know.
I would not. I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah, I know.
You can do YouTube from anywhere.
Exactly, man. I'm not going anywhere.
All right, just so we're clear.
$1 million.
But also, to be honest with you, if you're covering sports, you don't want to be in Toledo when you're in your 40s. There's nothing wrong with starting in Toledo, and Toledo's great.
They
But
got
if you
the
want to
Jamie
cover
Park
sports,
Classic.
okay. But if you're covering sports, you want to cover professional, big-time sports.
Yeah, Mike Stanton knew he. Mike Stanton. Mike Stanton knew we.
He used to be Mike. He used to be Mike.
Why he changed it? Was he just like?
Why
you
did
know
Steen
what?
become Alexander?
Good question. I'm Alexander now. Was that right after he won the cup? Was he like, you know what?
I think so.
I'm gonna be Alexander. Alexander the Great Steen. Mike Stanton knew we don't like the overrated losers in STL. Knew we don't like overrated losers. Okay, Kevin, I don't know.
He's an overrated loser?
Is Mike? Mike's an overrated loser?
Giancarlo Stanton?
I don't think he's.
Is he overrated?
I don't think he's earned. He's a great player. I don't think he's earned the money overall.
Would you want Aaron Judge for the contract here, Charlie?
Well, for the contract he just signed?
For the contract he just signed, would you want him?
I'm not going to turn that down, but I think it could be pretty bad at the end.
You know.
I'm taking Aaron Judge. If Aaron Judge wants to come to your
all right.
I don't care about the DeWitt's money.
I'm sticking with Tyler O'Neill.
I'd rather take that money and buy a multitude of players than just one. Although, I mean, if you're going to buy one, Aaron Judge is a pretty damn good one.
He's unbelievable. He's a monster.
He is a big dude.
You could sell some bobbleheads off him.
Just so we're clear, we established in this studio that we think that now that Lance Lynn is signed, it would not be in the best interest of the Cardinals to also sign Waka.
Correct.
I agree.
Do you think they signed the right one between the two?
Can I just say this, though?
I think you said Lynn was the better choice. I just want to make sure that
more innings.
More innings. Better fit for this year when right now the cupboard's bare with starting pitching. Waka is going to probably give you better innings, but not as many. And don't get me wrong, I like Waka, but I think for a one-year deal, you're not going to get Waka on a one-year deal. So what you're doing with Lance Lynn is getting pretty much a risk-free contract. I mean, it's a $10, $11 million. I think you're safe with that, but I would have liked to have seen Waka too. I would have been fine, but not with both of them.
I will say this, though. If they strike out everywhere else, if they sign Sonny Gray and they can't find a trade, which, again, we can criticize them for that. But if they say there was nothing that made sense and they sign Michael Waka, I don't think that's the worst thing on earth. You do have to get another guy. But I think fans will genuinely be pissed about that, and I get it. If it's Gray, Lynn, and Waka, I feel like that is not up to the standard that John Mozeliak set this offseason.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
That's 3 starting pitchers.
I'll agree with that, but on the other hand, it might be okay.
I didn't say that. I
know. I'm not arguing.
I think if it's Sonny Gray, Michael Waka, Lance Lynn, I think fans have the right to be pissed.
Yeah, because it's not what they advertise.
Correct.
But it still might be okay. We agree on that? Okay.
It might be okay.